Did you know that the average person spends over 3 hours a day on their smartphone? Now, imagine if you could turn that time into something productive. And you absolutely can. What if I told you that your Android phone could work for you 24/7, handling tasks, responding to events, and streamlining operations, all so you could focus on other tasks? Hey there, I'm Mr. Huck, and in today's video, we're deep diving in Make.com's Android app. If you're not familiar with Make.com, it's the go-to platform for creating powerful automations without the need to code. And their Android app, a powerful tool that allows you to integrate your mobile device into your automation workflows seamlessly. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill automation app. We're talking about an app that can monitor your calls, track your location, send automated SMS messages, and even take photos, all as a part of your custom automation workflows. Whether you're a small business owner looking to streamline customer services, a field technician aiming to optimize your daily routes, or just someone who wants to squeeze in more productivity out of their day, this video is going to be your blueprint for success. I'll guide you through the app's features and modules. I'll show you how to set it up, build your first automation with the app, and walk you through some real-world examples that highlight the incredible power of this app and to spark your creativity. But before we proceed, it's important to understand that this app not only has numerous features that are different from and more powerful than its iOS counterpart, and it can open up a whole new world of possibilities for automating workflows. So, without further ado, let's get started. The Android module in Make.com is packed with triggers that allow you to monitor nearly every aspect of your device's activity. These triggers are what kickstart your automation workflows, reacting to specific events on your device. So let's go over the various triggers available to you and helping you understand how you can leverage this to build robust and efficient workflows. First, we have the new photo module. Every time you take a picture or add one to your gallery, this trigger will initiate the automation. The app can recognize when a photo is taken from the device and trigger an automation based on that. Next is the watch Bluetooth activations and deactivations triggers. These triggers can kickstart a whole series of actions when you turn on your Bluetooth device or turn it off. The watch button is like a manual trigger that allows you to create custom buttons in the app so you can manually trigger scenarios. This adds a layer of complexity to the workflows so you can initiate them from anywhere at any time. The watch barcode / QR code module is when you scan a barcode or QR code from the app, it triggers a specific action. This feature is particularly useful for inventory management or ticket tracking or loyalty card making. The watch completed incoming call triggers initiates a workflow whenever a incoming call is completed. So whenever you finish a call, it's going to trigger an automation. This helps you set an automation whenever you want to log your incoming and outgoing calls. Next is the watch Bluetooth connection. So this triggers an automation whenever your device is connected to a Bluetooth device. Next, we have the GPS watch entrances, exits from a geofence. This module allows you to monitor entrances or exits from a specific geofenced area that you set up within the app. So these are location-based triggers. The watch incoming trigger activates whenever you receive a call. So you can imagine logging all your business calls that come into your work phone. The watch location changes module is perfect for location-based automation. This trigger allows you to execute tasks when your device location changes. We also have the watch outgoing calls feature, which triggers whenever an outgoing call. Similar to the incoming call trigger, we have the outgoing call trigger. This initiates automation whenever you receive an outgoing call. The watch sent SMS and watch text message triggers are used to trigger automations based on specific text. So imagine getting a text with a specific keyword, it can trigger an automation. Wi-Fi connection and disconnection triggers. The trigger is based on connections or disconnections from Wi-Fi networks. While triggers get things started, actions are what actually carry those tasks out. The first one is change the ring mode. So you can control your phone's ring mode and switch between silent, vibrate, or normal modes based on your automation. You can close a web browser and also open a web browser. So you can automatically launch specific web addresses on the device, or you can trigger a web browser to close on the device based on data or security reasons. You can also toggle your device's Bluetooth on and off based on specific triggers, such as the disable and enable Bluetooth triggers. So imagine entering a specific location and it just turns off or your Bluetooth on based on the location. You can also manage your Wi-Fi connections as part of the automation. So these actions allow you to enable and disable your Wi-Fi on your connected device, which could come in handy when you are not at work. So it disables your Wi-Fi, so there is no security breach on your phone. The make a call module. This is one of the most powerful modules in this whole ecosystem. It allows you to initiate a call directly from your automation. Imagine all the possibilities with this specific module. You can schedule check-ins with your parents. You can automate follow-up calls with your clients. You can even give yourself a daily reminder call just so that you're on top of your priorities. There's prepare a phone call, which helps you prepare and schedule calls. So it can just set your phone up so you can only press the dial button. This is good whenever you're busy with meetings, so you don't have to go and check on the contacts. It'll have everything lined up for you. So when it's time, you're ready to go. Save a photo module uploads images to your phone device, so you can send photos to your Android app. Send a push notification action allows you to send customizable notifications to the device. A good example would be to alert or notify someone based on a specific automation or trigger. Send a text message is also a very versatile tool. It automatically sends a text message from your device. So the possibilities are pretty much endless with this. So let's just say you can notify your team whenever you enter the building, or just send out follow-up SMSs to your clients. It's a powerful tool for communication automations. Take a photo action allows you to trigger your phone's cameras to take a picture whenever the time is right. So you can trigger your phone's camera and it'll take a picture for you. These triggers and actions are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what the Make.com's Android app can do. The real power comes when you combine these triggers and actions together with other apps in their ecosystem. You can create sophisticated workflows that not only save you time but reduce the manual errors, but also enhancing the overall effectiveness and responsiveness of your business operation. Now that you're familiar with all the features that Make.com's Android app has to offer, let's install the app and create our first automation. The first step is to download the Make.com Android app. You'll find it in the Google Play Store, but there's a catch. Due to the restrictions imposed by Google in 2019, the version available on the Play Store doesn't include all the app's features, specifically involving SMS and call log access. And those are one of the most powerful features from this app. To unlock the full potential of the app, you'll need to download the unrestricted version directly from Make.com's website as an APK file. Head over to the official Make.com website on your Android device. I've provided the link in the description too. Look for the Android app download link. It should be clearly marked. Tap the link to download the APK file on your device. Before you install the APK, you need to allow installation from unknown sources. You can do this by navigating to your settings and searching for unknown. Click on install unknown apps. Allow the installation from my files. Once you install the app, the next step is to connect it to your Make.com account. This connection is vital for syncing your mobile device with your automation workflows. Launch the Make.com app on your Android device. It will prompt you to log in and connect to a device. Use the app scanner to scan the QR code displayed on your computer screen. This will instantly pair your device to your Make.com account, syncing your data and enabling full functionality. Once you're in the app should look something like this. Go ahead and check out all the features, but in order to access the features, you would need to give permissions. So go ahead and click on all the permissions you want to grant the Make.com app. If you want it to log your calls, go ahead and allow it access to your calls. When you want to stop sharing these permissions, just go ahead and unclick them, and the app will no longer have access to your call logs or whatever features you choose to restrict. As mentioned earlier, the Android version of the Make.com app offers more robust features compared to its iOS counterpart. Here's a quick rundown of the key features. Due to Apple's stricter privacy policies, the iOS version lacks access to SMS and call logs, which limits the scope of certain automations. Android, on the other hand, allows these features to go through the unrestricted APK version. The Android app also allows support for a wider range of triggers such as Bluetooth connectivity and location changes, giving you more control over your automations. Now that you have the Make.com Android app installed on your phone and connected, it's time to see it in action. We're going to create a simple test scenario that demonstrates how to use the app's features to automate a task. First, we're going to decide what event will kick off our automation. For example, let's use this to create an automatic text notification system that sends our team updates whenever we receive a specific text message. So let's add the Android module to watch text messages. This trigger activates whenever your device receives a new text message. Select the device you will be receiving the text messages on. Next, we'll define what happens after the trigger is activated. In this case, we want to send an email to our team and a push notification to our team's phones when the trigger conditions are met. So let's add a router. For the first route, we will add a Gmail module to send an email. And second, let's add a send push notification module. We have to set up a filter so when a specific keyword is detected in an SMS, the app automatically sends the email and the notification. To set this filter up, we will click on this wrench icon and set up filter. Let's give it a name of message context check, and let's check for the message that we're going to receive to check if it contains a keyword of urgent or the keyword of critical. Once we have this filter set up, we'll save it. Next, we'll want to configure our email module. Let's add the recipient. In this case, I'll send myself the email. As the subject, let's put urgent SMS alert and include the SMS content in the body of the email, which should be mapped through this message item. For the push notification, let's select the other device. The title added as urgent SMS alert, and same as the email, let's add the body as the message. We'll also want to create a meeting for our team to discuss the error. So let's go ahead and add Google Meet module to create a new meeting. Let's choose my account. Let's add the event name as urgent support. You could configure this to be anything. Let's set the start date as 10 minutes from the time the critical message is sent. So for that, we'll need to use the add minutes function. and add 10 minutes the present time. And for the duration of this meeting, let's keep this meeting to be an hour long. We'll do the same thing, add minutes and add 70 minutes because we had 10 minutes to the initial time. To add an hour, we'll have to add 10 plus 60. Next, let's add a description. For the description, let's just use the text message body. And let's add some attendees. For this attendee, I'll just use my email. And okay. Let's take it a step further by opening up a link on our support team's device. In the usual case, I would open up the incident management dashboard URL on the device. But for test purposes, let's open up make.com. So go ahead and choose the open a web browser module from the Android integration and choose the device. I'm going to send myself a text message with the word urgent and the error report. As you can see here, the text message was received with the word urgent. I got an email with the SMS details and the subject. I also got an invitation for the meeting to discuss the error. And as soon as I sent the SMS, it opened up make.com on my phone browser pretty quickly. To truly grasp the potential of this app, let's explore some examples of systems I've built for businesses using these specific modules and some examples of systems that you can build for various industries using these triggers and actions. The first one would be automated SMS notification system. So a software company reached out. They wanted to notify their on-call support team for any urgent system alerts. To build this, we use the Watch SMS module. So every time an SMS was sent to a phone with the keyword of urgent or crucial, it used to set off an automation that used to set forth the action of forwarding the exact text message to the on-call team's member. They used to send a Slack message and an email message. It also used to initiate a conference call with the teams. It used to set up a meeting in Google Calendars. And it also used to open up the incident management dashboard URL on all their mobile Android app devices. The benefit of this automation was to ensure that whenever an error message was sent or an urgent system alert came, it would have a rapid response and the on-call team would be on top of it as soon as possible. This automation also ensured that there was rapid response to these crucial issues, improving your system reliability and customer satisfaction. A similar system was built for a service provider. So the service provider needed to stay on top of their urgent client communications. Missing an important message could mean losing a customer or delaying critical operations. So we used the same watch the SMS trigger to watch for specific keywords, and then it used to trigger a set of actions which used to send an email to the support team and also log the messages in a Google Sheet so we could keep a track of all the urgent and incoming messages coming in. The benefit of the system was to ensure that all the urgent messages were never overlooked and enabling you to respond promptly and maintaining high levels of customer satisfaction. There was a home service company that wanted to optimize their technicians' workflows. So we implemented a location-based task management system for them. Whenever a technician was visiting a customer's address, we used to set up a geofence around that address. So whenever the technician's device entered that geofence, it used to trigger the automation that used to send an SMS to the customer confirming that the technician had arrived. It used to open up a specific URL on the technician's tablet about the information of the specific job. It used to also start a timer for the job duration so we could track how much time the technician was spending at the site. And whenever the technician was leaving that geofenced area, it used to prompt the technician's tablet device to take a photo of the completed work, and it used to end the job duration. The benefit of the system was improvement in customer communication and ensured that the technician would have immediate access to the relevant information upon arrival at the customer's location, and streamlining the job documentation and processes that took place after. I also have another question. I've been using this new tool to design these flowcharts. I've been experimenting with all these different templates. Let me know which one you think is the best so I could carry on using them. But these all generated through AI. I gave the AI the trigger and action details, and it just generated these nice flowcharts for me. I think this is pretty neat. Another use case would be Bluetooth based inventory management. So this one's pretty cool because inside a warehouse, you can't actually track the exact movement of your inventory because the location isn't that precise if you use a location based trigger. So we used Bluetooth based triggers, which used to trigger whenever the device used to connect to that specific Bluetooth beacon in the inventory warehouse. So whenever the Bluetooth beacon used to connect to our device, it used to trigger the automation. So whenever the automation was triggered, it used to open up the inventory management URL on the tablet, and it used to display a notification prompting the worker to check the inventory level and update it right there. And whenever the pallet used to move away, the beacon used to disconnect and used to send an SMS to the supervisor with summary of the update made by the person on site. The benefits of the system was that it reduced manual data entry. So there was used to be a lot of back and forth between apps before that, and this just streamlined the whole process, automatically opening up and notifying whenever that specific pallet arrived at that location in the warehouse. It provides real-time inventory updates and improves overall warehouse efficiency, and you can track which part of the process your inventory is in. Another automation would be a Wi-Fi based office automation. This one is not something I actually built, but let's say you are a company who wants to automate routine tasks whenever your employee arrives to work. So whenever the employee device connects to the office Wi-Fi, certain actions take place, such as changing the device's ring mode to vibrate, opening the company's project management dashboard on the phone or tablet, send an SMS to the team channel or like Slack message to the team's channel notifying that the employee has arrived and he's on the premises. You can also display notifications or send yourself an email with all the top priorities of the day whenever you enter the office. So you are on top of all your daily duties. This automation helps employees transition smoothly into work mode and improves productivity and team communication. You can also take a similar example and switch it to your home mode where your device connects to your home Wi-Fi. It can trigger the smart lights to turn on. It can adjust your thermostat to your preferred temperature. These are some examples that you could build with these modules. And just to like get some creative juices flowing, you can iterate and add stuff on top of these and make them more complex to whatever your business or personal needs are. This one's interesting. It's essentially a follow-up system built for a company that used to sell payment gateway solutions. So this is for their sales team to improve the follow-up process for missed calls. So whenever a call was missed, the number used to trigger the automation, which used to check if the number was in the CRM system. If it was, then you used to proceed with the automation. If not, then it did not. Some of the actions that took place when the number was matched were used to send an SMS to the caller apologizing for the missed call and promising a quick call back. It used to create a task in the CRM for that specific contact to follow up with that person. If the call was missed outside business hours, it used to notify the client that it's outside business hours and used to schedule a call back in the next day. It also used to display a notification on the specific sale representative's device to make the call to this person so that they could be on top of all their calls to make. The system ensured that no potential lead or existing client went unattended and nothing was forgotten. Also, a similar system we built where a customer service team wanted to optimize their post call processes. It was a small company, they only had two people on their sales team, but they wanted to optimize it. The system used to activate whenever a client call was completed. So the app used to log when the call details and send it to the CRM system, noting which person the call was made with, the duration, and it used to send follow up email or text based on the method of communication to the client, thanking them for their time and requesting some feedback. This system is quite invaluable because it ensures the consistency of customer follow-ups and saves you time from sending those out manually, and it also enhances your quality of service as you are collecting feedback so you can improve your client relationships and overall business. This was a system built for an IT company that used to have a lot of equipment being rented out to different departments or external departments. So they wanted to streamline their equipment check-in and check-out processes. So the system used to be triggered whenever the QR code that was associated with the device used to be scanned from the app. Whenever the QR code was scanned, it used to open up a browser with a URL of an asset management software, which used to ask them if they're checking in or checking out the specific device. And based on the selection, it used to update the asset status in the system from booked to in stock. If they was checking out, it used to send out an SMS to the user of the return due date and also updating the asset quantity in the system. The system essentially removed all the manual paperwork and data entry that used to be done by the person working the counter. All the person needs to do now is just scan the QR code and select between check in and check out. This minimized the errors for the asset tracking and improved the overall equipment utilization. In my opinion, the clerk that was working for the devices could be replaced. You could go and have it as a self checkout system where you could just scan the barcode yourself, which is to open up a door and get the device. But we need some people. This was an interesting concept I came up with for time tracking for remote workers so they can check how many hours they're working. So the trigger is when the employee's connected device connects to their home Wi-Fi. That would start an action that starts their workday. It would display a notification on the device asking if they're starting work. If they confirm with a yes, it used to start time tracking. It used to open up the browser with all their daily tasks and URLs listed. It used to open up an app with all their daily tasks and it used to send a notification slash text message to your team notifying that you have started work and let's proceed with the daily tasks. An additional trigger would be when the device disconnects from your home Wi-Fi and connects to a different network. So you can ask if the person is starting work or not, depending on the location that person chooses to work. It would display a notification if they're ending work. If they confirmed, it would stop the time tracking and log your hours and send a summary of your day's work to yourself and your supervisor of all the tasks done. This system could simplify time tracking for remote workers and improving accountability and billing to your clients and provide accurate data for payroll and project management. Similar to one of the examples discussed above, where for the service industry, this was also a built on system that I was thinking of implementing, but didn't really fall in the scope of that specific project. So whenever a technician completes a job, depending on the geofence set around the customer's location, it used to send an automated SMS to the customer thanking them and requesting feedback so you could collect reviews. It used to create a task in your CRM system to follow up with the customer within a week, thanking them and asking for feedback again if they haven't responded yet. And if the job duration exceeded the estimated time, it used to notify the office to adjust the invoice based on the time tracked by the app. This automation could ensure consistent communication with the customer, prompt timely follow ups, and help maintain accurate billing, which will also enhance customer satisfaction. And because of the follow up and feedback, it will increase your likelihood for repeat business. And all of this is just triggered when the technician's device leaves that geolocation. Another example of inventory management would be for a retail store, where it can be triggered when you scan a specific barcode from an item, which will check the inventory levels in your system. If the stock is low, then create a reorder task for your procurement team. And if it is the last item, notify with a push notification or an SMS to the store manager, letting them know that this is the last item, and then update your inventory counts in your database. And all of this is done just by scanning the specific barcode of that product. So by doing this, you are reducing the manual data entry errors and ensuring that the inventory data is always up to date, allowing your business to maintain optimal stock levels and avoid stock outs, streamlining the reordering process, and having the most recent update of your stock for your website also. This is also one of the automation that could be built. I was tinkering around with the idea of this. This is for employee check-ins and co-working spaces. So whenever the employee's device connects to the office Wi-Fi, it checks them into their HR system that the employee has started work. It sends a welcome message with the day's priorities to them so that they're on top of what has to be performed. It adjusts your device settings and sets it to work mode or vibrate mode, whatever you want. It is similar to the employee system that I mentioned earlier, but with some changes. Whenever the employee connects to the office Wi Fi, it would trigger your time tracking in your HR system so that you could start your workday. It would send a welcome message with all your day's top priorities and adjust your device settings to work mode, which would be vibrate or loud if you are on a sales team, and check in past expected arrival time. It would notify your team lead that the person is late. By using the system, you're automating attendance tracking, which not only reduces the administrative burden, but also ensures the accurate and real time attendance records of your employees. The system can also be extended to log employee checkouts when they disconnect from their Wi Fi, so you have an idea of how long the employee was working. An automation can be set up to send construction site safety alerts, which can be triggered whenever the worker enters a specific geolocation. And based on that location, it sends a safety notification or SMS to that worker's device, letting them know of the potential hazards of the area and all the safety precautions they need to check. By automating this, you are helping to maintain a safer work environment to ensure that all the workers are immediately informed of all the potential hazards as they're going on. It also supports the safety compliance and the regulations, reducing the likelihood of accidents and overall improving site security. It is also keeping all your workers up to date of what is going on and keeping them informed. So these examples illustrate just a few ways that different businesses can harness the power of this Android app to drive efficiency, enhance customer service, and to optimize your operations. By automating key tasks, businesses can reduce manual effort, improve accuracy, and free up valuable time to focus on other sides of the business, which could be in growing and improving their business. As you can see, the potential applications of this app are vast, and the real limit is just your creativity. Whether you're in a retail, healthcare, logistics, or any other industry, the Android app offers the tools you need to take your business operations to the next level. The key to successful implementation is to identify the pain points of your business processes and to consider how the automations could address them. Remember, these automations don't have to be this complex to be effective. Often, the most impactful automations are those that eliminate small repetitive tasks that add up over time. By automating these processes, you're freeing up time for yourself and your team so that they can focus on other tasks and drive growth for your business. As you consider how to apply these ideas to your own business, think about the typical day to day activities of your team. Where do you see these repetitive tasks? What processes often get delayed or forgotten? Which areas of the business could benefit from faster response times or more consistent follow ups? Just imagine the energy savings when your building automatically adjusts based on real time occupancy. But we can take this a step further, set up automations for maintenance requests. When a tenant sends a specific keyword via SMS, you can automatically create a work order, assign to the nearest maintenance staff based on the location, send the ETA to the tenant. You're not just managing your office properties, you're creating responsive and effective workspaces. Remember, the goal isn't to replace human interaction or decision making. It's about augmenting your capabilities, freeing up your time, focusing on the business tasks that really need your attention, such as customer relationships, strategic thinking, innovation, and general growth for the business. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, exploring the Make.com's Android app and its powerful capabilities. From streamlining customer interactions to optimizing supply chains, from enhancing event management, this tool has demonstrated its potential to transform how your business operates in the digital age. The power of this app lies not just in the individual features, but in how you can weave these capabilities together to create comprehensive, tailored solution for your unique business challenges. Remember, every automation you create is an investment in your future productivity. It's a step towards more efficient, less stressful way of working and living. Whether you're a small business owner looking to automate customer follow-ups or part of a larger organization aiming to optimize those complex logistical operations, Make.com and this app provides the building blocks for innovation and efficiency. The app is just a tool. The real magic happens when you apply your industry knowledge, creativity, and problem solving skills to leverage these capabilities. Start identifying the pain points in your current processes, where the bottlenecks are, what tasks are repetitive and time consuming, which areas of your business could benefit from this real time data and these automated processes. Keep in mind, automation is not about replacing human input, but enhancing it. By taking care of routine tasks and providing real time data, these automations free up you and your team to focus on drive your business forward. The business landscape is evolving rapidly. With those embracing digital transformation, they are gaining a significant edge. By harnessing the power of these automation tools, you're not just keeping pace, you're positioning yourself at the forefront of this evolution. So, what's the next step? Perhaps it's revisiting your customer service process that has its persistent challenges. Maybe it's finally tackling that inventory management system that's been holding your business back. Or it could be exploring how geofencing can revolutionize your field operations. The possibilities are endless. With that being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it really helps me out. And to get more in-depth guides on automations and how to use them in specific businesses, stay tuned for my future videos. If you have any questions or if there are any specific use cases you would like me to cover in future videos, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm always excited to hear from you and to help you get most out of this tool. Until next time, I'm Mr. Huck. Keep automating, keep innovating. See you in the next video.